And of course, in the beginning of time, when human beings began to record things and tell stories into their families so they get messages passed down, they believed that diseases were caused by evil spirits or things up in the universe that they had no control over. And they knew there was infectious disease. They didn't know the word infection, but they knew they were transmitted and they were very dangerous diseases. They put writings on cave walls. And these cave walls in the cave art, they had pictures of shamans treating people with infections and wounds. And then, of course, astrology is where they believed this, and we're talking about physicians now, as well as the patients, believed that people would get sick because they angered gods up in planets. And if they would sacrifice either animals or even their neighbors to these gods, they would be appeased and would look kindly upon them and let them survive through epidemics and plagues, or maybe prevent them from getting disease, or allow them to have healthy children. And in more recent times, maybe in the last 500 years, medical doctors got rid of their competition by going to churches and telling them that Grandma Ruthie was healing people with her herbs. It was really God's job to heal people and not this witch. And the church would send out inquisition committees to torture these poor grandmothers into confessing that they were a witch, and then they would burn them at the stake. And so the churches were involved in helping eliminate the competition for doctors. Doctors originally believed, in the last 1,000 years, that diseases were caused by an imbalance of different fluids in the body, the humors they called them, imbalance of the humors. And there was blood and phlegm and urine and yellow bile and black bile. And the way that they would balance them back was to use bloodletting. They put leeches on you, suck blood out, or they would just cut veins on the surface and allow a certain amount of blood to drain out. And of course, physicians killed our first president, George Washington, by bloodletting him when he had a respiratory infection.